Hey, what's up? Welcome to my new studio. So here we got a painting that I'm working on of these subway strangers. I always wanted to do like the outside of the subway train, so I'm working on that. This is a sign from my first art show last year. I did this art show called Underground and thousands of people showed up. The line was wrapped around the block. That was such a memorable day, September 6th last year. This is a painting that I did in London, and this one was so special to me because this is from the Underground show, and it's the first time I ever traveled overseas outside of America. Anybody from London knows the tube, the seating here, so I just love their body language and how they were like interacting with each other. This is just a video playing of these watercolor prints that I started doing all around the world. When I went to Japan, I got inspired to paint watercolors, and I'm always dropping new prints of like things that inspire me all around the world. This is a Love Sack. Shout out to Love Sack. They sent me this beanbag, super comfortable, so I could just chill in the studio. A painting of a stranger that I did in New York City, and I just loved the way her hair looked and her whole body language, and I just love capturing like interesting characters in New York. Then here's my print station. I do all my limited edition prints in-house because I like to be hands-on with it and like inspect every detail of each one. So the series started with this one in Tokyo, Japan. So I painted this in this little alleyway, and they always sell out in less than an hour, so this one did really well. This is the second Japan one I did. This one sold out in 4 minutes. People really love this one, so I just kept on, and this was the third one, and then I did this one in Rome. I did the Trevi Fountain. Everywhere I go to, I just make prints of like whatever inspires me. I just walk around. Here's one that I did in Paris, France, from that art show Underground. And so I really love like the fashion in Paris. A lot of people wear designer, so I love like her visor and the way they all interacted with each other. This is one from London. I loved like their whole expressions, and I thought she looked very British. Here's a print drop that I just recently did. This alleyway in Colombia that had this Colombian flag. And so I have to sign and number each and every one of them. So this one sold 665 prints. I sign them here, and then I hand stamp each of them. I created like my own hand stamp logo just to authenticate each and every one of them. So it just puts my initials, and you know it's an authentic one. And then here's my watercolor collection so far of all my travels. So I started off with these 3 in Japan, then this one, and these 3 were in Rome, in Italy, and then this was Budapest, one in New York City, and then this is one from Colombia. All of these right here sold out in less than an hour, so people kept complaining, so I started doing a 24-hour window to give more people time. From now on, everyone has 24 hours to purchase, and they're $199 each. I did this auction, and one of my paintings auctioned off for $22,000, but I want to keep it accessible for everyone to be able to buy. Here's my hangout spot. Got my name here, and I just hang out here with friends or do like news interviews. Here's some art books that I got. Love Van Gogh. Here's Sargent. He's like one of my favorite painters, so I just look in here for inspiration. One of the best painters when it comes to portraits. Here's my next print that I'm dropping. I did this in Thailand. You know, the tuk-tuks are really popular over there, so this was a nice scene in Chinatown in Bangkok. There's so much like hustle and bustle over there. I love like the motorcycle drivers and the tuk-tuk drivers, so I was super inspired. This one's coming out soon. Here's some accolades that I got. I was in the New York Times. I did a video drawing Pete Buttigieg on the subway. He wrote me a letter. I got my YouTube plaques. This was the first one I ever got for passing 100,000 subscribers. And then I got this one for 1 million subscribers. Here's my Forbes 30 under 30 plaque. I've always wanted to be in Forbes 30 under 30. And 2 years before this, I saw Forbes magazine in the airport, and I thought to myself, like, I'm gonna be in there one day. And somehow I got lucky. Me and President Joe Biden, I met him 2 years ago. He was so nice to me, and he told me that he was gonna call me so that I could paint his presidential portrait. And then I told him that I'll text him, and then everyone started laughing, but I'm still waiting on his call. A super heavy plaque. This thing is like 10 pounds. So this one's for passing 10 million subscribers. Super proud of this. Oh yeah, so I forgot to mention, in the print station, I only use the best quality paper. You know, it's very important to me to have paper that's archival, which lasts the test of time. And with this paper, the watercolors look exactly like the original, so I like to use the Canson papers. Here's a drawing that I did from my first art show last year. It was these two strangers that I thought looked really cool, and I love like their facial expression. She looked really tired from work, and you know, she was just staring at me, and I just wanted to do a larger piece in graphite, which I normally never do. This painting, I work on it like once every 2 months, just because I've been so busy nowadays doing so much like traveling and interviews on the street. But here's my painting station. These are all the colors that I like to use. This palette was like inspired by my teacher, James Harrington from Art and Design High School. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming. That was the whole studio tour. Hope you liked it. Can't wait for you guys to check out my next watercolor prints, and have a good day. Keep smiling. Goodbye, everyone.